have a chance to meet some of the leaders that I have worked with in the past who are now in our project right now, who come on board to EazyBot, and wanted to hear from David directly. And so the key is, David, to do a quick overview, and also we could do a little bit of Q&A, because these are mostly leaders on the line and individuals who are loving EazyBot. So I'll turn over to you, David. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, let me ask you guys, and thank you, Uncle S. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. I want to make sure that the time we spend here today is meaningful for all of you on the call. So we can do a formal presentation. I can walk you through the presentation, or we can just talk, and we can answer questions that are important to you guys. If you're already familiar with EazyBot and the presentation isn't going to add value, then let's not do that. So if you don't mind, I'm going to turn it back and ask the participants on today's call what you guys would prefer. If there's anybody on the call that doesn't know anything about EazyBot, then we'll definitely do a presentation for you.
Awesome, guys. Just put it in the chat. Go ahead. Everyone should be able to go in the chat and just let us know if you want to see a quick overview from David, or if you just want to do a Q&A. Most of you, I think we only have one new person, but they just registered, so I'll leave it up to you guys.
Okay. Yeah, you can raise your hands if you're new and you need to see a presentation, or you can join us at 7:30. We'll be having another meeting on the porch where we can show you a presentation there.
All right. So they're asking for the presentation, please.
Cool. All
so
right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll turn it over to you, David.
All right, guys. Well, again, it's a pleasure and an honor to be with you. I love telling the story of EazyBot, so it's no work to go through this. Today, during this discussion about EazyBot, we're going to be talking about your path to personal financial freedom. And I love this quote, that today is the opportunity to build the tomorrow that you want. And we're going to get here in a place where we talk about the importance of time in just a moment. All right, before we get into today's presentation, just a quick disclaimer: statements made in this presentation are strictly hypothetical. Company makes no claims, projections, or guarantees of any income or earnings potential. As with any trading activity, there are varying factors which may or may not be in control of the individual trader or software, including but not limited to market conditions, hacking activities, geographic concerns. Individual results may and likely will vary. Prior to investing money in crypto or any other markets, individuals should consult a licensed financial planner, and individuals should invest wisely and not more than you can afford to lose. Funds invested in cryptocurrencies are not protected or insured by FDIC or other agencies. All right, so now we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the topic at hand, our progress towards financial freedom. Here we're looking at 7 levels of financial freedom. And I love this quote from Robert Kiyosaki. He says, to obtain financial freedom, one must either be a business owner, an investor, or both. Generating passive income, particularly on a monthly basis. So if you guys are familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, he talked some years ago about the cash flow quadrant. And on the left side of the quadrant was the employee and the business owner. They get taxed the highest. And what ultimately you wanted to do was progress from the left side to the right side in the pursuit of building wealth. And so that's one way of looking at it. And the business owner and investor is on the right side of the quadrant. And this is where you start to experience freedoms, time freedom, financial freedom. Well, this 7 levels of financial freedom is another way of looking at the progress towards financial freedom. And all of us on the call are going to be able to identify some place on this ladder that we can recognize ourselves today. You know, at some point, we probably all started a place where we didn't have clarity, or maybe we've been through situations where we don't have a whole lot of security, but we can look at where we're going. And in the pursuit of financial freedom, that's going to mean different things to different people. For some of you, it's going to mean the ability to do whatever you want at whenever you want it. For some people, it's just going to mean not having to wake up and go to work for somebody else one day. We define financial freedom as the ability to live off of the income that your investments generate. Passive income that takes care of the things that are important to you. And the other thing I think is really important here is that sometimes I think we confuse the idea of the definition of abundant wealth, where money isn't a concern, you have more money than you'll ever need. I think sometimes we confuse that with financial freedom. And it's an important distinction because that financial freedom is in reach for everybody on this call. And everybody that you guys will talk to has the ability to attain financial freedom if given the right information and the right tools, and if used in a window of time that allows them to accomplish their goals. Abundant wealth may not necessarily be in the cards for everybody, but you can have an amazing, amazing life in the pursuit of financial freedom, and certainly once you attain it. So we're going to talk about how to get there as part of our conversation. Let's start some of this perspective with Susie Orman.
Time is the most important ingredient in any financial freedom recipe. And I'll just give you a very quick example. $100 every month in a Roth IRA, and you put it in the Standard & Poor's 500 index fund, and you do it for 40 years. With average market returns of about 12%, annual average returns, you'll have $1 million by the time you are 65. But you wait. You just wait. And you think, $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year. In 10 years, that's only $12,000. What difference can $12,000 make? $300,000. Those 10 years cost you $700,000, and that is at $100 a month. Nothing makes up for time.
All right, so nothing makes up for time. She said, she talks a lot about the importance of time. It's the most important ingredient in any financial freedom recipe. And she gives us this example. She uses 12% annual rate of return. And so let's talk about the recipe for financial freedom. What we're looking at here is a compound interest calculator. And there are 4 factors, 4 levers, 4 ingredients that go into this calculator. So we have the initial amount, the $100, that's what she mentioned. And we have the contributions, essentially the gas in the tank. So that's $100 going into the tank every month. And then we have the rate of return, the speed at which we're able to move. And then we have the years of growth. How long do I have to be able to bake this cake, essentially? So we have these 4 ingredients, these 4 levers that go in. And based on these ingredients that, as she defined it, $100 a month, 12% annually, and 40 years, then this is how she comes up with the $1 million. All right, so that's a lot of us have heard this kind of example of how to pursue or build financial freedom. You start working at 25, and if you follow this path, by the time you're 65, you'll have $1 million. You can live off of that. But I think everybody on the call here today knows that that scenario really doesn't line up in the way that it once did. For one, $1 million isn't what it used to be. And very few people work at a job for 40 years and then are able to retire. So we've got to make some adjustments for what's happening in our economy today. But let's look at the cost of investing. This is the second point that Susie just made in her commentary. So if you change one of these ingredients, let's say you don't give yourself 40 years, you only have 30 years. So you've waited 10 years. This is the scenario that she gave us. It cost us $700,000 just waiting those 10 years, because the initial amount hasn't changed, the contributions haven't, and the rate of return. So all the other ingredients remain the same. So as we change these ingredients, we know that we can have a significant impact on the outcome of what happens in the pursuit of our financial freedom. So this is really important information because it gives us perspective about what we can do to impact and get some of the results that are important to us. All right, so let's play with some of these levers of these ingredients here. So we know that if we change the years of growth, if we change that ingredient, it's going to give us a different outcome. So here we reduced it to 15 years. We went down to 30 years and it reduced our total investment. But in this scenario, we also changed the lever of speed. How fast are we going to go here? And the question is, what if I could increase the rate of return from 12% annually to say 48% annually? Well, this would be 4 times better than the average mutual fund, the S&P 500 has performed over the last 50 plus years. So it's kind of it might be a big ask, but let's ask if we could do that, and can we do that and reduce the amount of time to our goal? Well, here's what this compound interest calculator tells us. We're going to leave the ingredient of our initial amount the same and our contribution the same. And now instead of the $300,000 that it took us 30 years to get to, we're over $3 million in half the time. So that tells us that the rate of return is a really, really powerful ingredient. And of course, Albert Einstein had this to say: the strongest force in the universe is compound interest. And that's effectively what we're seeing here, is that we increase the rate of return by 4 times, but we increased the total outcome by over 10 times in half the period of time. All right, let's continue to play with some of these inputs or ingredients here. So now what if we took the initial amount and raised it to $2,500. And we were able to contribute $250 every month. And we kept the rate of return at 4 times what S&P 500 and mutual funds are doing. And we kept the years of growth at 15. So now we've got, the question is, if I could line myself up with this kind of scenario, do I have 15 years? Maybe you think you do, maybe you don't. So let's assume that, okay, I'm willing to go for 15 years. Well, the next question would be, do you have an initial amount of $2,500? Could you contribute another $250? And of course, can you get a rate of return at 48%? Can you get something that's 4 times better than what typical mutual funds are getting? And if you could do that, what you'd be looking at in 15 years is over $10 million. Now, this story gets really interesting because along the way, what you'll find is that you're earning so much in interest on a monthly basis that you could literally live off the interest based on what your personal financial needs are. You could live off the interest well before you get to this 15-year period where there's $10 million in total assets. Well, here's what Robert Kiyosaki says here. He says, financial freedom is available to all of those who learn about it and work for it. So that's why this conversation we're having here is so powerful. So guys, through this conversation, through this time we're spending together, we're going to talk about whether you know the answer to your initial investment. Maybe you don't know where you're going to get $2,500. Well, we can help answer that question for you. Maybe you don't know where you could get another $250 a month. We can help answer that question for you. And maybe you don't know where you're going to get a 48% return annually to be able to accomplish something like this. Well, I'm going to help you answer that question here in just a moment, because there's something that the institutions know. Take a look at this article that came out just here on the 19th of November. The world's largest publicly traded hedge fund is betting big on crypto, despite the recent FTX turmoil. Now, I think we all understand the reason for that is that cryptocurrencies have presented themselves as a massive opportunity for greater returns that we've seen in traditional markets. And now we're seeing large institutions and hedge funds start to wake up to this. Crypto adoption, guys, isn't coming. There's a couple of articles over the last few months. Crypto mass adoption, a matter of when, not if. Crypto will be universally adopted within 10 years and overtake traditional investments. That's according to a new survey. And Binance CEO says most governments understand that crypto adoption will happen regardless. All right, so we know that crypto has some incredible opportunities. We see hedge funds getting into it, but making profits in crypto for a lot of people can be really hard and frustrating. We know that these returns, that ingredient of getting higher returns exists here, but there's some difficult questions that people have to answer. How do I stay safe? How do I make sure that I'm doing something that's not going to end up costing me money and time and setting me backwards? Well, guys, that's part of what we're here to talk about. And during this conversation, we want you to discover EazyBot. We're going to introduce you to a revolutionary way that people around the world are using to safely and consistently earn crypto profits. And through this discussion, hopefully you'll see why EazyBot is reshaping the future of crypto trading. Now, EazyBot is an automated crypto trading platform, and it's ideal for brand new traders. Advanced investors who've been trading for a while absolutely love EazyBot. I'm going to leave this slide up here for just a second. I'll encourage you, if you don't know the story of EazyBot, come back, watch this recording, and read through this because it's a really interesting story. What you should know, however, is that EazyBot was created to solve a problem. Our CEO, Muhammad Ali, is an engineer by profession. He had a negative experience with a previous platform in the crypto space and spent weeks trying to understand what caused the problem. And the solution he came up with required him to build a platform that he and his friends could use. And that was where EazyBot was born. Really beautiful story here. And I believe, just like Albert Einstein, we cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. And so EazyBot, being a solution that was born to solve a problem, we believe is genius. Speaking of genius, our CEO and our founder, Muhammad Ali, pictured here in our offices in Dubai. And the EazyBot executive team, what we're really, really proud of is that we're all very visible. As you are here with me this evening, I'm the Chief Operating Officer for EazyBot. And what's unusual in the crypto space, a lot of platforms, but not a lot of transparency. And so it's important to us that we show up with real people with real goals, very similar to those that we introduced the platform to. And so you've got us there. But let's talk about the star of the show, and that's EazyBot. And what really makes EazyBot special is something we call the EazyBot strategy. Using the EazyBot strategy means that you get to trade like an expert, but you don't have to become one. You don't have to spend years learning the charts and learning all of the different ways to read what's happening in the market, coming up with your strategies. You don't have to learn how to program this really technical platform. You get the benefit of a really powerful strategy plugged into a very powerful piece of software. And it's incredibly simple for you to set it up and use it. A couple of simple inputs for you, and you can be up and trading in just a matter of seconds. Again, I mentioned this, but it's important to note that our advanced users absolutely love EazyBot because there are numerous customizable features. So if you bring your own strategy, you can use this really incredible technology to trade your own strategy. Now, EazyBot is built for only profitable trades. This is one of the things that keeps people from getting involved in trading crypto, is that you can take losses. If you're investing, the whole idea of investing is I want to win more often than I lose so that I'm getting ahead. Well, EazyBot doing this heavy lifting for you, it's opening trades 24/7, and it is designed to only ever close on profitable positions. And in the 2.5 million trades that we've closed, 99+% of those have been closed in profit. So we have an amazing track record of living up to this promise. Now, EazyBot will automatically compound earnings for you. And this is incredibly powerful. We looked at that earlier on the compound calculator. But here's what EazyBot does. Every time it closes on a trade, and it can happen multiple times a day, certainly multiple times throughout a week, but any profit that's made on a trade that's closed is added to the principal of the balance available for EazyBot to use on subsequent trades. And so that money is going right back to work for you immediately on every subsequent trade cycle. It's very powerful. In fact, another great quote from Albert Einstein says, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. And guys, if you understand it, if you understand the power of it, you can earn it. And if you don't, then likely you're going to spend your time paying it. And if you're paying compound interest but not earning it, then you're moving backwards faster than you're moving forwards towards your financial goals. All right, something else you should know about EazyBot is that it recognizes one of the other major reasons that people stay out of crypto, and that's because it's incredibly volatile. Markets go up and down in major ways. A year ago, Bitcoin was in the high $60,000 range, and right now we've seen it as low as 16,000 in that range. So huge swings, and that can be really disheartening. It can create fear. It can create stomach aches. For a lot of folks, they don't have to deal with that volatility. So for EazyBot, what we made sure was that it was designed to account for that, to account for these massive swings up and down. And so EazyBot will make profit in a market that's going up or down, can sustain up to a 90% drop, actually beyond the 90% drop in the market. I'll just take my word for it. So let's look at some real trading results. This is an account that we've been tracking here for almost 200 days. The gray line that you're seeing here, you'll see we started trading at point zero, at day zero. This is right around the middle of May. And within 30 days, the market had dropped about 30%, had a little bit of a recovery, not enough to come all the way back and close these all out in big profits. It took a massive drop back down into the negative 30 plus range in terms of value of the portfolio. And then it hung around this low range. And then if you guys have been paying attention to what's been going on in the last couple of weeks, major cryptocurrency exchange, FTX crashes. And this is what happens in the market as a result. And this portfolio now drops into the negative 40 plus range. So that's what's happened in the market. But what you're seeing here that's happened with EazyBot is that this particular account has continued to trade and add profits, add profit and add profit and add profit as the market has been doing its thing. There are two really important things that I want to pull away from this. Is one, the power of being able to consistently contribute towards moving in the direction of your financial freedom. That is a incredibly powerful reassurance, gives you an incredible peace of mind to know that there's something working in the background for you to move you towards your goals. The other thing, though, is that imagine the stress that you get relieved of. You've got folks that are in the cryptocurrency markets that are looking at where their crypto is every day, And when things like this happen, when it drops from 28% to over 40% decline in value, and you're looking at your portfolio, guys, you can get your emotions all tied up in that and so distracted from the things that really matter to you. But when you have the peace of mind that EazyBot's trading and making you profits, you can leave those emotional roller coasters to other people. Guys, let's look at this same account, live performance here. On the left-hand side, you're seeing the performance and the performance results in terms of USDT or dollars and cents, for lack of a better term. And on the right side, you're seeing it in percentage of profit earned. And so a couple takeaways here. You'll notice that some coins perform better than others, and some have these really dramatic movements over short periods of time. We don't make any assumptions about which coins are going to perform the best. We simply want to have access to as many coins as we possibly can, have a diversified portfolio to be in a position to take advantage of whatever is happening in the market at any given time. So what you'll see here over the last 195 days, we've had over $4,500 in profit made. And then in terms of the portfolio, we've had coins that have performed over 48+%, and Bitcoin has been around 5%. The average of this portfolio is right around 24%. So 24% profit made on this portfolio during a time that the market was down 30+ and 40+%, making money in the background while this account holder was off doing other things. No matter what was going on in the market, new money was coming in every single day. That's what EazyBot's all about. All right, so very, very, very important here when we talk about investing. The number one thing that I think at least is important to an investor is understanding and minimizing risk. You know, it's one thing to make millions of dollars, but if you leave it exposed, if you leave the back door open and it's coming in the front door and just flying out the back door, then all of that is in vain. And so risk mitigation, risk management is such a critical importance. It's such a critical skill in your investing strategy. And one of the most important things that you should be aware of is who's got control of my funds, who's got access to my funds. And with EazyBot, your funds are always 100% in your control. They don't get sent to EazyBot. EazyBot never has access to move or withdraw your funds. So anytime you're sending money to a third party, you significantly increase your risk. So with EazyBot, that element of risk management stays at a minimum. So that you're clear on where funds go. Today, we connect to Binance, US, and .com, and KuCoin. And all the funds that you're trading with are going to go into the exchange. The exchange will connect to EazyBot through something called an API. It's the way that two pieces of software talk to each other. And EazyBot's going to open and close trades for you 24/7 through that API, giving instructions to the exchange. Now, there are funds that go to your EazyBot wallet. We're going to talk about package upgrades and software service fees here in just a moment, but those go to your EazyBot wallet separately, and that's a super easy process to do. Now, guys, in terms of, we talked about all the benefits of using EazyBot as a tool, but in addition to the EazyBot, we've got an amazing support system as well. So it's one thing to have this incredible tool, but still feel like you're on your own and you've got to figure it all out. Well, that's not the case here. We've got incredible support rooms. We open those 3 times a week. Anybody can join, ask any question at all. And if you have a specific question or concern, we've got a ticketing system that you can submit a ticket. We generally are able to respond to those within 24 hours, plus a really robust and growing knowledge base. So never at all is help hard to find. All right, and if you're interested in getting started with EazyBot, 3 simple steps: create an account, get started for free, connect that account to your exchange, and then start trading in just a few minutes. All right, so what we've talked about here so far is reshaping the future of crypto trading. And if you choose to use EazyBot, what you can expect to get out of that experience are consistent, profitable returns. You're going to have confidence in being able to use EazyBot because the funds that EazyBot is trading are always in your control. You've got simple, stress-free trading. You don't have to worry about what's happening in the market. When folks are panicking and all nervous, biting their nails, you can be about your business and without all the stress. Now, compounding your earnings happens automatically. EazyBot's looking at the money it makes for you and putting that money right back to work for you and speeding up the process towards your financial freedom goals. And because the funds are in your control, you can withdraw profits at any time. And if you've never traded cryptocurrency or any asset for that matter, you can still use EazyBot because you don't need any experience. And you've got plenty of help from within our community. All right, now you're going to want to choose the package that makes the best sense for you. We have 4 different ways that you can go here. The first one is a free plan. The free package gives you access to 2 bots that you can connect to 1 exchange. And there is something called a software service fee. So that is in the free plan, it's 0.4% of the traded amount, of the sell amount. So EazyBot charges a small percentage every time a trade is closed. Again, our history is that we close on 99% of our trades in profit. And so 0.4% of that goes to EazyBot, kind of as gas in the tank to keep the lights on and to keep improving on the platform. All right, now, if you want to diversify your portfolio more, and you'll want to because that's where you're going to get the best experience, then you're going to want to choose a package that makes the best sense for you. Advanced, VIP, or VIP Plus are your options. The advanced package, $250 a year, 250 USDT per year. And the software service fee, or what we call SSF, it goes down to 0.3%. You're able to trade up to 10 bots on the advanced package. The VIP package, the SSF goes down to 0.25%, and you can connect up to 5 exchanges, trade up to 25 bots. And the VIP Plus package, just 0.2%, and connects up to 5 exchanges, and you can trade unlimited bots. All right, we've got a little bit of background noise. I'm going to mute you there. Okay. All right, guys, so choose the package that's right for you, and you can get started super, super easy. All right, so let me pause here. Actually, let's just keep going. I'll go all the way through. Let's talk about our affiliate rewards plan for just a moment. So everything I just mentioned to you is available for a person, for anybody at all. Anybody who wants to use EazyBot never has to share it with anybody to get the benefits of the thing that we were talking about. Where we started this conversation is what is my personal path to financial freedom? What are the ingredients that go into that? I need an initial investment. I have to start somewhere. I need to be able to contribute to that investment. I need gas in the tank. How fast can I move? What's the rate of return that I can get consistently over time? And how much time do I have? If you can answer those 4 questions, if you can plug an answer into those 4, if you can add those 4 ingredients, you now have a path to financial freedom. Now, guys, if you want to accelerate your earnings, we talked about 2 of those ingredients. What's my initial investment and what's my monthly contribution? Well, if you need help answering those questions, then the EazyBot affiliate rewards is where you can answer that. And we're going to show you here where through just sharing what I just shared with you, you can introduce people to this amazing tool that can help them accomplish their financial goals. And at the same time, you can help yourself by earning really delicious affiliate rewards. So let's jump into that and talk about what that looks like. 3 different ways that you can earn through the EazyBot affiliate plan. We've got package sales, the software service fees we just talked about, payout commissions, and then we've got a really generous matching bonus. So let's talk about the annual package sales to begin with. So there is a commission that you can earn on up to 10 different levels. So let's just talk about level 1 and 2 for a moment. So if you introduce somebody to EazyBot and they upgrade to an advanced package, you're going to earn $60. If they upgrade to a VIP, $250 gets paid directly to you, and a VIP Plus will pay you $375. Now, these commissions get paid immediately at the time of upgrade. So really, really powerful. You've got folks that you're introducing, and as they are making decisions and getting going, you've got commissions hitting your wallet right away. Now, even better than that, you've introduced somebody and they're excited, they're having a great experience, and they're sharing it with the people that they know, like, and trust. And so let's say that person that you just introduced, let's call him John. So John's excited and he's out there and he's sharing the opportunity with his sister, Susan. And now Susan wants to get signed up. If Susan purchases an advanced package, well, John's going to earn $60 and I would have earned $20. Now, if Susan decides to go VIP, John would earn $250 and I would earn $80. And if Susan decided to go VIP Plus, John would earn $375 and I would earn $120. Now, these are really powerful because this keeps going down to 10 levels. In order to get access to the levels 3 or below, there are some qualifications, and they're fairly simple. Get 3 sales, and you've opened up your 3rd level. So now those commissions as your organization is growing, become available to you. And you can do that up to 10 levels simply by having 10 sales. Now, there is something that we're doing here for EazyBot in the month of December that will allow you to double your level 1 commission. So if you'd like to earn twice as much in commissions, simple, easy qualification. You need to introduce 5 people within the month of December, or if you're brand new to EazyBot and you're starting in December, you have 30 days to accomplish this fast start bonus. And if you accomplish 5 people upgrading during that 30-day period, one of those people can be you. So that can be your own package. If you've already purchased it or you are choosing to upgrade now, that counts, which would leave you with 4 more. And if you accomplish that, all of your commissions earned during the month will be doubled. So huge, huge opportunity. Definitely encourage you to take advantage of that. All right, next way that you earn is something through is what we call SSF commissions, software service fees. Again, this is very similar to what happens on an exchange. Every time you buy and sell on an exchange, they charge a fee. They charge you a buy fee and a sell fee. On Binance.com, it's 1% on each side. On Crypto.com, it's 0.6 and 0.4%. So you actually pay a full 1% on Coinbase. It's why some people, I might have said Crypto.com, on Coinbase, sorry. So that's why some people have some issues with Coinbase. Their fees tend to be a bit high. But just to give you an idea, that's why these cryptocurrency exchanges are valued in the billions and billions of dollars because of the volume of trading that's happening. So as EazyBot's closing trades for members in profit, it's taking a small percentage of that profit, but it's sharing the vast majority of it back out with the affiliates. And so you can see here how that breaks down levels 1 through 20. So different from our package sales where we paid in 10 levels on software service fees, you can actually get paid through 20 levels. And this can be massive, massive income if you consider what EazyBot does and you consider the trajectory for cryptocurrency and what it's going to look like in the years to come, the number of people that will be using a product like this to accomplish their financial freedom goals. You get a piece of that. All right, so get lined up for that. Software service fee matching bonus allows you to earn a matching bonus that is 3% or 2% of whatever is paid to the folks on your levels 1 through 5 for whatever they're earning in software service fee commissions. So you're going to have some people on your team that absolutely get this. Maybe they've got great networks. They've built big teams before. You're going to find that somewhere in your level 1 through 5. So maybe you don't even know this person, but isn't it nice to know that because you got this organization started and because it was your effort at some point in time to share this with somebody, you've got access to matching the work, the efforts of people, and your organization can be infinite on any of these levels. There are no limitations to how many people you can have directly to you or on any other level. So you've got that really powerful matching bonus as your organization grows. That's going to be really powerful as well. And then finally, we are in the middle of Founders Club. Founders Club is an opportunity for those who qualify during our company launch as we're growing and scaling up here. Our Founders Club members are really important to us. They're the first 1,000 people who accomplish these 3 things. Sponsor 3 members who purchase an upgraded package, Advanced VIP or VIP Plus, and those folks are trading at least $600. And then have them duplicate that on their level 2. So what we're doing is starting an organization in a really healthy way. We've got 3 members. They're all trading and they're on a package. The next level is done the same thing. So now we have 12 people in this organization, not a huge number. So 3 by 3 on 2 levels. And then you yourself need to be an advanced package, a VIP or VIP Plus package holder that is trading at least $600. Accomplish those simple steps, be one of the first 1,000 to do it. And you share forever in 5% of the company revenue generated through package sales and SSF commissions. All right, guys, that's the nooks and crannies of today's presentation. I'll open up for any questions. That's just a good time to do Q&A if you guys have any questions. Uncle Les, I'll toss it back to you.
No problem, David. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That was excellent. So first question is the December bonus program. That's for your level 1 only, right? You're personally sponsoring.
Correct. That is level 1 only.
Yeah. And if I upgrade, so basically if I've upgraded myself to an advanced or better position, I count towards that as well?
Correct. Yes.
And then so basically you get 4 other paid packages on top of that, and all the bonuses for those level 1 will be double.
Exactly. And
Perfect.
even better than that, if you've upgraded to a paid package before December, we'll still count that. So if you're already an upgraded member, your goal now is 4 more people.
Awesome. That's wonderful. All right, guys, if you have any questions, somebody's asking which exchange performs better.
We're not going to see a significant difference between exchange because we're trading the same assets on both exchanges. So you won't see significantly different results between the 2 exchanges.
Can you go back to the page, the upgrade packages?
Sure thing.
Great presentation, by the way, David.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
David, that's Rosman Lewis, is one of our big time leaders who's been with us a long time.
All right.
And he's building in Florida.
Oh,
David's
cool.
in Florida too.
What part of Florida?
I'm in Fort Myers.
Okay, so West Coast. Our coach Ken is down that way.
Wonderful.
Naples.
Yeah, great.
All right, you had a question on the package page?
Yeah, I wanted to see it before I could ask a question.
Okay.
So the trade amount goes down to 2%, but you have unlimited trade bots, right?
Yeah, 0.2%. So yeah,
0.2. Mhm.
yeah.
So after you pay the $14.95, then the floor is open for you to start trading. It's
Correct.
not like that's the money you invest to be trade for you.
Yeah, so let's make sure you understand. If you started with a free plan, then the money that you need is the funds that you're trading in your cryptocurrency exchange account, KuCoin or Binance. Let's say you're using KuCoin. So you've got your funds that you're trading in KuCoin, and because you're on a free plan, is the only thing that you need to send to EazyBot is enough to cover your SSF. The software service fees comes out of your EazyBot wallet because you don't have access to the funds in your exchange account. So you need to put a small portion. It's going to depend on how big the amount you're trading is. We recommend about 5% of whatever you're trading goes into your EazyBot wallet so that the software service fees can be pulled from that. Now, if you decide that you want to upgrade, then you can upgrade at any time. And if you're going to do the VIP Plus, then you're going to want to send $14.95 in addition to the software service fees budget that you have to your EazyBot wallet. And then you'll do the upgrade on the platform.
Okay. So the fees for the packages are for more access.
Yeah, platform access is what you're getting.
Let me see. Well, I'm new at this. I'll definitely continue to watch it and learn from other people's questions. I think
right.
it was great.
Good deal. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
All right. Any other questions you guys want to know what we want to talk about? I have a question since, all right, Lou, I see you unmuted. Come on in.
Hey, David, how you doing, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Just to verify, I know I saw it, but every qualifying person that comes in has to have $600 in bots, right?
For Founders Club, yes.
Founders, before the Founders Club, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, great question. All right, so I have a question for you guys. Does the conversation that we had when we're talking about the pursuit of financial freedom, does this conversation of using a tool of understanding the recipe of the factors that go into, you know, how we bake this cake, so to speak, being all factors that we can control, and the reason why most people are not on their way to financial freedom is because they either lack the information or lack the tools to help get them there. Based on today's conversation, would you agree that you saw both the way to get there and the tool to help you do so and the information to use that tool? Can I get a confirmation or a question maybe if that wasn't clearly communicated?
I see the tools out there, but for those that are dumbing the space, will they just put the money and the platform will do the work for them?
Yeah, great question. So it's I like to describe using EazyBot similar to driving a Tesla. So if you're familiar with how a Tesla is designed, it has this incredible automatic autopilot feature where, you know, it'll drive itself, change lanes. It'll do a lot of the work of driving for you. You know, it's very sophisticated, can see red lights, can turn corners, can even pick you up at the front door. And with all that sophistication that it can do to make your job easier as a driver, you don't want to fall asleep at the wheel. And so EazyBot's very similar in that you've got real assets, it's your money in a live market that's trading. So EazyBot's going to do all the heavy lifting, it's going to do all the trading, it's going to open and close trades, it's going to make decisions about when to do that in order to make profit for you. But I don't want to ever set it up such that you feel like, well, I'm just going to put money to work and EazyBot's going to do it. While yes, it'll do most of it, I do encourage you to stay plugged in, because what we're doing here is very, very important. This is a tool being used towards your financial freedom. So the simple answer to your question is yes, EazyBot will do most of the work, maybe 99% of it, but it does require a little bit of attention from you every now and again.
And I could jump in and testify. Definitely. I mean, it's really up to your level of involvement. Me and Dr. Kareem, we love EazyBot and we're on it all day long. Even though Dr. Kareem is working a full-time job and I'm home, we talk about EazyBot and look at our bot all the time, and we're making money, whether we do anything or not. And then I have people who put money in and never even go into the platform, and it's making them money. And I know the gentleman who introduced us, our whole group to it, his name is Winston Thomas. I know he's on the line here. I love looking at his back office because he has all the coins and he's trading all the portfolios, and he's doing great with it. Winston, if you would like to share a testimony for some of my leaders here who are on, because some of them are new to crypto, some are crypto investors as well. So we have the range. We have novice, never done it before, who are doing it with me now, and then we have people who got lots of money in it and done crypto for a long time. Winston, can you say a few words if you can?
Sure. Hi, Leslie. Hi, David, and everybody on the team. Let's see. First of all, you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, great. Oh yeah, I am not a trader. Let's just put that out up front. But I am into business management and marketing. And when I saw how EazyBot was set up, when I saw the stop losses and the safety factor, that's what sold me. I think we need to have somebody muted. Carlos 66.
Yeah, let me see. Let me do that.
But I flew to Dubai to meet the CEO. And you know, I brought my team. I had an engineer who is a software trader, programmer, and then a couple other people. And so when I saw how everything was set up and the fact that, you know, safety is so important, that's when I decided to put my money in. I started out with 5 bots until I was able to get all 20 bots, and that's what's trading for me right now. Just as Leslie, you and Dr. Kareem, I'm on EazyBot looking every single day because I do want to learn the more technical side of it. But I'm just happy to know that it's doing what it says it's going to do, and that I can really rest assured that, you know, I can share this with others, because that's what I do. I spend a lot of time marketing. I spend a lot of time doing meetings and recruiting for the opportunity. And the good thing about EazyBot, you can choose which way you want to go. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to build a team. It'll work simply on its own money passively. But everyone on my team, I have a little over 1,600 people in my downline right now. Nobody has called me and said that they've lost money since they've been in EazyBot. And so now with the December bonus opportunity, it's a great time, if you choose, to earn some extra Christmas money to help others who may not, you know, have the knowledge with as the 21 people that are on this call maybe have access to. And so I just see it as being able to share something with others. The training, the support, if you look at any of my videos, I go into the support, I go into the training with that EazyBot provides. I mean, the transparency is second to none. I mean, when are you able to get on the phone in a cryptocurrency platform with the COO or the COO at any given time? And those are the things that, you know, that you really want to pay attention to when you're partnering with the company. And EazyBot has shined on all levels. So I just encourage everyone to continue to come to the meetings. The leadership with Les and Dr. Kareem and Martin, and of course, our executive team is second to none. So those are my my words. If you have any questions for me.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome,
no
Winston.
problem.
Thank you about that, Winston. That's awesome. We're a pleasure to work with you. And
Thank you.
Carlos has a question.
Hey, Uncle Les, David,
Go ahead.
good job, you guys, with being accessible.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's the one thing I would say with EazyBot. You guys are accessible, very accessible. If anyone has a question, you're able to answer that. I am a swing trader and I do regular trading, and I can see I've tried EazyBot from the last 3-4 months, and it is sort of easy for anybody to do it. You don't really need to be a trader or have any experience in it. So I just want to put that up front. Now, David, I think when I jumped on the call, you said the promotion, you said something about December, but you meant January. Is that correct?
The promotion for the double bonus is a December promotion. And go ahead.
It ends in January.
It ends December 31st all right, so let me clarify how it works.
Okay.
All right, so if you were a member of EazyBot prior to December 1st, then for you, this bonus runs from December 1st to December 31st at 11:59 UTC time. Now, if you join EazyBot during the month of December, so let's say today's the 4th of December. So if somebody joins EazyBot today, then they're going to have 30 days to accomplish the qualifications for this bonus. So for them, it would be a fast start bonus. For everybody else, it's a December bonus.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Got you for that. A second question I have then has to do with I noticed you have the number of exchanges. Before, I remember we only had access to 2 exchanges. Now with the VIP package, you have up to 5 exchanges. I got up on the call a little later. What are those exchanges that we have now under 5?
So actually what we allow is 5 exchange connections. So it's still, today we connect to Binance.com, Binance US, and KuCoin. We are working on developing additional exchanges for the future, but it's a very tricky space to bring exchanges online. What you have access to is exchange connections. So in an exchange, you can actually create sub-accounts. And so that gives you the ability to trade different assets for maybe even different people or different scenarios in your sub-account. So you can have up to 5 connections in a VIP or VIP plus package.
I understand that. Thank you very much. Keep up the work. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
David, that connection is the IP connection of the, okay.
API connection.
The API connection, yes. Oh, awesome. I'm learning about sub-accounts now. I actually have some team members who are investing significant dollars, and I think they're doing about 5,000 right now, and they're gonna upgrade to 20,000.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, guys, we have folks, you know, the beautiful thing about EazyBot is you can start where you are, right? When we go back and we look at the financial freedom ladder, you know, the first step is getting clarity and then security and then stability. So you got to start wherever you are. And the thing that Susie Orman said is, you know, time is the most important ingredient in this scenario, in this equation towards your financial freedom. So you got to start as soon as possible, and you got to start where you are with what you have. And if you don't have enough, then, you know, we invite you to consider using the affiliate rewards plan to be able to take advantage of EazyBot. But we have folks trading just a few $100s. We have people trading hundreds of thousands of dollars in EazyBot. So it's a really great tool. I love the fact that it's a solution no matter where you are on that continuum. It's going to help you to achieve whatever your goals are for accelerated financial freedom. All right,
David, somebody asked me who wants to put about 50,000 in it and 100,000. Or is the trading gonna be similar to the results we see at 1,000? And I told me it depends on the market when you enter, what coin you buy. But considering that millions of dollars are bought and sold in crypto 24/7, if you open an account for 100,000, there'll be plenty of trades to go around. Correct?
So let me answer it in a couple ways so that we understand kind of what we're doing here. So if we take the account results that we're looking at, let me bring it back up for everybody. All right, so we looked at the results of a particular account. This is our corporate account that we've been monitoring for the last since May 19th. Now, if we took this exact same account, we took these exact same assets and we started trading them on May 23rd, for example, just 4 days later, we would have different results, maybe slightly different, maybe significantly different. If we started this account with the same 19 coins 4 months later, we'd have likely very different results in how these coins perform. So I say that to say that the entry point, the time that you get into the market, it's on its own unique cycle. And every coin will then follow its own unique cycle. And these trades are opening and closing, behind each other. Once a trade closes, it opens right back up. So that's the first thing is to understand is that every account is going to perform differently, even if they're trading the same assets based on the time that they're started. So what we're looking at is averages over time. So there are accounts in EazyBot that are trading these exact same 19 coins with better results than what we're showing you here. This is our corporate account that we use for tracking. Now, if you're just getting started in EazyBot, if we go back here and think about something whether you understand trading or not, this will make sense to you. So this is where we started the account, 0 days. And the value of crypto has dropped all the way down here since then. So let me ask you a question. Are you in a better position to start trading when we started up here or when the market's down here? Well, if you know and believe in what cryptocurrency does, it goes through these ups and downs. And right now we're lower than it's been in like 4 years. So it's positioned to have another run up. So from my perspective, I would say that this is a great time to get started because the market is down. Now, can you expect to get the same results as the count that we just showed? Well, we don't make any assumptions, or we don't make any promises, but I think it's safe to assume that if EazyBot's generating approximately 4% in a down market and the market's already down, then we're likely going to see at least as good as potentially better results as the market starts to recover and make its way back up. So time is important. The nice thing about EazyBot is we can get in at this point when the market's up here, and at this point, or way down here at this point, and in any of those situations, we're in position to make profit. But I definitely think when we're down here, we've dropped almost 50% from 6-7 months ago. It's a great time to get started. All right, I see Phyllis, you got your hand up. Hey, Phyllis.
Yes, thank you. Hi, David. Thanks for the presentation and everything you do. We appreciate you very much. I'm just curious about that chart. Is that, or will that be made available for us as members to be able to track our performance, our portfolios?
So I can give you, so there's a lot of work that goes into how we put this together. So let me answer the question I get most often, which is, will EazyBot provide a way for me to see the percentage return on my account? And the answer, at least for the foreseeable future, is no. We don't have intention on doing that. And really, one of the reasons is if we take this account, for example, and we withdraw funds from it. So we've been trading $1,000 per coin. Well, if we withdraw funds or we add funds, then the percentage return changes. And so there are a lot of factors that are out of our control or out of our visibility about how a user manages their account. And so we don't want to present inaccurate numbers, and there aren't enough factors that we have visibility to present a percentage return. This particular tool that I use to develop these charts requires a good bit of input, a manual input of data in order to get this to display the way it does. So no intention on delivering that for our users for you to be able to show, but I can and likely will. We're going to develop and publish a marketing resources page in our membership app. And I'll link to this resource that I use to develop these charts. So if you're interested in using it and developing it yourself, I'll have a tutorial on how to use it and how I go about creating this, but it's a little bit of work.
Okay, thank you. So to piggyback on that, what is the best way for me as an individual or for any of us to track? I mean, I've had people ask me, so what has your profit been, or your percentages? How well have you been doing? What is the best way to track that on a weekly or monthly basis?
Yeah, so good question. Just recently what we've done is publish the profit bar. And so in that profit bar, you are able to see on the bot list page where all the bots are, you're able to see all the profit that you've made since you started trading. So the most basic way to answer the question would be to take what's the total amount that I've started with, and what's the total profit that I've earned, and how much time has elapsed between those two. So let's say I've started with $10,000, and these just round numbers so we understand. So everybody should know what they started with. So if I know I started with $10,000 and I've earned $1,000, then I know that's 10%. What percentage of 10,000 is 1,000? So I know that's 10%. So I've earned 10%, great. Well, what time elapsed, or how much time has elapsed since I earned that? Was that 2 weeks? Was that 2 months? So if it's 2 weeks, then it tells me that I've made 10% in 2 weeks. I'm likely going to make, or I can extrapolate that I might make 20% in a month. If it's over 2 months, then that's now 5% a month. And so the time matters, just to give you a sense of what's likely to happen going forward. So that's the simplest way to answer the question, is know those inputs. Where did you start, and how much profit have you earned in that period of time? Does that help?
Yes,
David, Phyllis, I can help you. I have a spreadsheet. I track everything. I'm the finance. Now I have another question from this was from Dr. Cappy Boyd, David. You remember her? She said, any idea how much someone needs to invest to yield about 10K a month based on your what you've seen so far in EazyBot?
I'm sorry, read that one more time for me. I'm sorry.
Any idea how much someone needs to invest to yield $10,000 a month in income?
Okay, so good question. Here's the way I would answer that. Is I would say that we published this particular account as not necessarily a benchmark, but to show what's possible. And what I love about what we have demonstrated here is that we're showing what's possible. Let me go back up here, in the context of a market that's dropping. And so what that means is EazyBot's earned about 4% a month in a market that's going down. So if I use that as kind of my benchmark for my own educated guess about what I might experience myself, then I would take that to a financial calculator and say, okay, what's the input? What's the total investment needed at the very top in order to, at 4%, get me this $10,000 return? So let me know if that helps answer the question. We can open up a financial calculator and look at it, but keep in mind that I'm using 4% strictly based on the data that we have about this one account. And I know that there are accounts that have produced better results because they started at a different point in the market. But I love the fact that we can use a very conservative number and still accomplish our pathway to financial goals faster than just about anything else on the market, while keeping your funds safe and secure in your control.
Awesome. I think you answered that in a way. So you're using a 4%. Yes, this is awesome. Okay, good. Well, David, want to thank you for being on tonight. I know it's been over a little bit over an hour. Really appreciate it. This has been great. So I will get this out to the rest of the leaders who could be on tonight. so we can at least have an idea, great overview. And you'll be joining us on the WOW Wednesday night.
I sure will.
For a special training you're gonna do for the group there. And that's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Be there Wednesday.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
bring your guest out. So let's
Yes.
talk about, go through the presentation, and yeah, let's grow.
Awesome. Any other questions? Got final questions as we wrap up, guys?
Thank you, Renee.
Awesome. All right, David, get that calculator handy because we're gonna have some big EazyBot accounts at the end of the year to analyze.
Let's
So
do
thank
it.
you for everything you do. You're amazing.
Thank you. I
And,
appreciate it.
I appreciate you very much.
All right, guys.
I'll stop